So you have to find it which QG is required for which count of mesh. So here it is very clear. For mesh 25 to 40 to 60, you use 55. For 60, it is 120 to 125, you can use 60. And for 140 to 160, I'm saying the count of the mesh on the bottom. So it is 65. And 180 to 200, you use 70. And 225, 260, 280, it's 75. And 300, 350, use 80. So we'll be back to, yeah. So this, we all skip it off. So we have to find it which QG is required for which type of mesh. That only you will get a particular print in a very sharp and a quality print. Next one, the shape of the QG. There are lots of different shapes of QGs. QGs are available in the market, which is related to different types of print, different usage of prints.
Charles,
So
sorry to
normally,
interrupt you. Your presentation is not visible because you're switching to another screen. So may I request you to please go back to the slideshow?
1 minute. Now it's there.
You'll have to press share in the bottom. You'll have to press share after you choose that screen, particular screen. Press share.
Share screen.
Yeah, I'm doing, but it's taking a little bit time. Give me a minute. I think so. Is there now?
No, it's not there.
Now?
Yeah, it's there. Yes.
Okay. So we are talking about the shape of the SKUG, the rubber, which is defined as G1, G2, G3. It is up to G24. So it is, these are used for different types of uses. So normally screen prints we use the rectangular type or the square type, which is used to print this print in the screen with for the textile. So most of us are from the textile, so we can use G1 is the best one, but there are different types of square shapes QGs, which is depends on the durometer and and uh, and different colors also. So this people we most of the people we knows, but sometimes we forget. We say it's only red we can use, only green. Color is nothing over there. With the SKUGs, we have to find what durometer the SKUG is. Next, the other point is size and length. So this is one more important thing we use. If the print on the screen, on the print, the design on the screen is 10 inches, we may use 20 inches length of a SKUG. So this is a problem actually. We have to put more rings. We have to dump more rings. The drag of the squeegee will differ the ink quality of the print on the fabric. So use, if you have a 10-inch of print, you use not more than 16 inches. That's what recommended technically in a screen printing. So the other thing is the length we differ. Sometimes for a 5-inch height design.
म्यूट क्या कर दिया तुमने?
And sometimes if we want a 5-inch design on a screen, people use the maximum bigger size screen for it. So what happens if you are using a bigger screen, you waste lots of mesh on the screen, and you are dragging the mesh without any reason to get it printed. So use a smaller, if it depends on the design depends on what screen size and what mesh is being required. So tips for squeegee. So these are the tips which I have. Urethane material squeegee is made of our absorbent. They actually swells and deteriorate with longer contact fittings and other chemicals. So normally what all chemical things we are using? This is a urethane rubber, so it swells and deteriorates. So it always we have to keep in mind that these rubbers how we have to treat it. That's why it is very important to clean and dry the squeegees immediately after printing and allow them to rest. So normally in many print shops I have seen people prints it. After printing they will remove the squeegee and they will put it into the water, or they will throw it into water for 1 day or 2 days. So this, what happens is chemical reaction will happen with the urethane rubber and will damage the squeegees or the rubber itself. It may damage the hardness, or you will get if you will not get a life not more than 10,000 or 20,000 prints on a squeegee. So the other thing is we have to get it cleaned in a particular time itself, and you have to dry it. That is very important thing. So drying of the squeegee is important in a screen printing process. So after printing, and allow them to rest between long print runs. So this is one thing. So normally we use the same squeegee for all types of prints. So we are using a whole day same squeegee is running with one side. So it is not get rest. What happens if you push it more times? The rubber gets flexible more, and it can get broken on any side. So keep the squeegees once it printed, you keep it for rest. Normally what I do is today I'm printing the squeegee. Today I will not use that squeegee for tomorrow. I will give 1 day gap. So I rotate the squeegee in a different way. So I have seen its the life of the squeegee is been increased for a wide span. So that's why you can try with this. This is the best tip. The other thing is try to find the squeegee in a machine or something which is rotating, which can be printed on both sides. Normally, our machine manufacturers, some of the machine manufacturers having the squeegee setup itself, which can print only one side. So the other side, yes, we are wasting it, and we cannot pull the rubber and put it on the other way to get a sharp or clear print after one side is getting a little bit dragged or scratched. So get the print squeegees or modified it into, you can print it on both the sides. So I recommend if you have a 10,000 prints in 1 day with the same design, put the squeegee for up to 2,000 or 3,000 prints in one side. After lunch or to the other shift, you can rotate the squeegee on the other side. So both the sides will be evenly skewed, and the wear and tear on the squeegee rubber gets equally. So you can print every time the prints with the same quality of print, and the same ink will be dumped on every time. So when using a rectangular squeegee for the screen printing certain devices, so there are squeegee sharpeners also nowadays available. So this we are not using it. We just pull the rubber and we throw it out. Not mostly, we are knowingly, our operators or our supervisors or in charges will do that. So there is a huge money is wasting on that. So you can use Sharp, the SKUG is visible.